Hello, everybody. We're getting started. Sorry, my computer is it's dying. I need to fix it this weekend, so I'll be spending time doing that. But we'll get through this show and then we'll get going. We're going to talk about Konami stuff happening, state of play, Mortal Kombat 12 getting announced, basically. What was that? Oh, yeah, Street Fighter. Well, yeah, it's in the state of play. We'll get to all that. Mikey, how you doing?
Yes, sir. I'm good. Good. Yeah, I feel good.
Here.
We've been busy today.
Yes, had a lot going on today.
Making lots of good content.
Yeah, I had a good time today. It was good. It was really good. All right, let me
fun stuff.
Get us fixed in
here.
I
was telling Mike that I never use the word wholesome because I think it's a stupid word, but that stream was so wholesome.
I think we did a good job. I think those guys were great together. Yeah. All right, there's that, and then I just need you. You want the Zelda, Final Fantasy, or Sheikah this week?
Final Fantasy, please.
Okay.
Please.
I'm not renewing my Final Fantasy 14.
You're not renewing it.
Yeah, because of Destiny.
No, you'll be playing Lightfall.
Ain't no way I can play those two games at the same time.
Fair.
Absolutely no way.
What is Cammy's V-Trigger anyways? Is it just some kind of boring buff?
Well, VT1 is it gives you extra hits on your specials, and
that's right. I did know that.
Yeah, now everyone has two V skills and V triggers.
I don't know what V2 does.
A lot of the secondary ones are.
Yeah,
better
Surface Kane, I agree. It was a mistake to get them in the same place at the same time, so.
Oh, yeah.
Dan Snowbike Mike and Mike Minotti all together.
Just the...
It's a potent cocktail.
I love Snowbike Mike.
Me too.
He's got a great energy, man.
Great.
Yeah, bro, he's so upbeat.
I just feel good being around him.
Oh, yeah. I love his antics. They're so fucking fun.
Yeah, I do like his antics. Too many mics, they say, about a channel that once had like 5 Jeffs or whatever.
Okay.
Beating the shit out of this Chun-Li.
All right, I think we're good. Actually, Sean, you have that ready to go. So during the break, we can just set that up real quick.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. Okay, let's get started, Mike.
Yes, all right. Bye,
Let's go.
guys.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to... let me get that, make sure that music's going to work. Yeah, I'm getting it right now. Let's see here. Stream elements.
Okay, cool.
And then let me route it to you.
Yeah, we don't hear it.
You guys wouldn't hear it yet.
Got some mezcal, Baja. It's unseasonably warm today, so I thought I'd try to enjoy it with a little mezcal. I wanted to make a margarita, but don't have any limes, so just straight up mezcal it is.
All right, I'm here. Mike, one more time. Just give me a big. Just give me a shout.
Shout, let it all out. These are the things I can do without.
Come on. Okay. All right. Let's go. I got that. I'm gonna tweet and then we're gonna get started.
Keep it tight.
Come on. I mean, I can't believe how much they messed up TweetDeck. It's just a piece of garbage now. It's completely
But
useless.
I never used it. I'm fine. Are you tweeting? Is that all that typing is?
Yep.
Good baby.
Okay, let's do this. I'm going to count us in and get going. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, internet. You're busy. Let's do this. Welcome to the Game Mess Decides podcast. This is the podcast where we decide everything about the world of games, so you never have to think for yourself. I'm your host, Jeff Grubb. With me is
Mike Minotti.
In today's episode, Metal Gear. But first, Mike, how are you doing?
I'm doing real good. Yeah, I got some mezcal here that I poured. It was warm in Ohio today, so going to try to treat it like a good thing and not the coming of the end times that it might be.
Sure.
And yeah, we made a lot of good content together today, so I'll drink to that.
Absolutely.
Good time. We got to hang out with Snowbike Mike and Dan Reichert. I had a good day. It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. People should listen to that voicemail dump truck if they want to hear your food crimes. You were voted a silver medalist normal person. So congratulations on that.
I'm just glad that like me and Snowbike were pretty close in just this wide gap with Dan and Head last.
That was fun stuff. So that was a good episode. We did a Blight Club today where Dan played Sonic 06 and forgot to save. And boy, when I say that, it sounds bad. It's worse than you're imagining. You should watch that as well.
He was fine. They just started throwing lives away because he wouldn't read the instructions, and it caused him to kill himself like 4 times in a row. Then, also beautiful. And then, in between there, I talked over the state of play with the boys. We had a good time doing that. You embarrassed yourself when you tried to catch me online, and yeah, I did. I thought I heard you and Dan say that you thought. Like always, you're not paying attention enough to Giant Bomb content. Right. This is what I always say is your biggest failing. You're never paying attention enough to Giant Bomb. That's my problem. Yeah. yeah. Not giving enough of my time and energy to Giant Bomb. That's the problem. Yeah. Actually, you know what? Fuck you. So, yeah. I'm excited about tonight's episode. We are going to talk about that Konami news and rumors coming out of that new VGC podcast. What is that? Some startup? I don't know. I don't know. What is that? About that? Me neither. Someone should do something about that. State of people with British and Scottish accents talking about video games on the internet. That's never going to work. I thought they were only allowed to podcast about wrestling. Yeah, that seems about right. That's what I'll call the police on them. We'll talk about that. The Geneva Conventions. It's salting the earth, and people with that accent can only talk about wrestling. State of play. Quick reaction. I thought it was fine. Mortal Kombat 12 investor call. You're wrong. It was bad. Come on. Okay. Yeah. For what it was supposed to be, I'm like, yeah, this is fine. You're polite. We'll get to it. And then Mortal Kombat 12 was announced in an investor call. That's pretty weird. We'll talk about all that. But first, you can get more from Mike and me by joining the Discord at GameMess.net. If you want to ask a question, you could drop a super chat during the show here on YouTube. We'll read all of them before the end of the show. Thank you to Carlos Ain, who's Insane in the Rain Music on YouTube for the use of our theme songs. We are on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, wherever pods are caught. Give us a good rating wherever you're listening. It helps people find the show. Thank you to our mods. You can support us by going to patreon.com/GameMess. That gets you access to the private channels in our Discord, the monthly Q&A, 1 month early access to our Jeopardy game. We're recording a live one this Friday. If you want to watch it live, support us on Patreon. It gets you access to that. You can also watch the one from last month, although we will be putting last month's up live for everybody here pretty soon. Participation in our monthly game club discussion, and of course, all of our shows ad-free. Also want to say I've read multiple stories in the last week about how the podcasting ad-based, ad-driven industry is just falling apart. NPR is laying off 10% of its staff, blaming podcast ads. Spotify was like, it was a mistake to spend $100 million on Joe Rogan. I'm going, oh, no. Really? Us doing this show, it's been this way for a while. We will continue to have ads. If you want the ad-free show, do that. But also, really, it comes down to you guys supporting us that makes all this possible. So thank you so much, everyone who's done that. It means a ton. That reminds me, my brother pointed this out. One of the Patreon tiers says that you're going to do a shout out to all of them at the end of every episode. Oh, we got to get rid of that. Been up? Oh, we got to get rid of that. Yeah, I think it's said that forever. Tell your brother to stop paying attention. No, I don't think I ever will. I'm sorry. I don't like that. When you listen to a podcast, even if you are a Patreon supporter and they call out your name, do you ever listen to that? I always skip it. To be clear, I agree we shouldn't do that. It just probably is bad that I have it there. Okay, well, I'll fix that. Sorry about that, everybody. But seriously, thank you. You make it possible. If you can't support the show monetarily, though, don't worry about it. You're still join the Discord, hang out. Every person that sort of makes the community that much more robust and that much more diverse, it's really welcome, and we really appreciate it. And that makes this show worth it as well. All right, Mike, I got a couple of big topics we should get into. Let's just hop into this one.
Konami will have a bunch of stuff around E3 time, according to that new VGC video game podcast. They broke a little bit of news. They're having a good time over there. They're probably drinking. What do they drink in the UK? You think? And Scotch. They probably drink Scotch.
I mean, yeah, in Scotland. I was thinking like room temperature beer, probably.
Yes, there you go. Yeah, this sounds right. We've heard for a while now. I mean, I think it's pretty evident based on what they're doing with Silent Hill. Like, we are just doing a ton of fucking Silent Hill. And then when that was happening, the rumors and the things I've heard for a while are, and they are going to do similar stuff with Metal Gear and Castlevania. It sounds like Castlevania is the furthest along, the thing we might see the first, at least out of Castlevania and Metal Gear. And then we should start to see Metal Gear Solid stuff here pretty soon as well. That means very likely a Metal Gear Solid 3 remake. A return of all the Metal Gear Solid games that have been delisted. They're looking for a way to sort of bring those back in a big way. And then eventually, after all that, new Metal Gear Solid games. At least that seems to be the implication or the possibility, because like everyone else, they're looking at what's happening over at Capcom and seeing them doing similar stuff with Resident Evil, and they think they can get that money. And they're not wrong if they could do a good job with it. What do you think?
I think a lot of that sounds good. I think making a new Metal Gear Solid, that is going to be tricky. Yes. People are going to be so critical of doing that without Kojima. Can that really work without him, without some kind of involvement? I don't know. Maybe that's too much credit for him. There are other talented people out there, Jeff, but something about that series is just so tied to, that Kojima spice. It's hard to imagine. But remakes make all the sense in the world. That's something that they probably can do. Again, you're looking at what's been happening with Dead Space, the Resident Evil games. We seem to be in a golden age of remakes, really. So if you just kind of follow some of those formulas, Metal Gear Solid 3 already has so many good qualities about it. It probably kind of feels modern in a lot of ways. It was doing a lot of things that games are kind of still trying to catch up to these days. Yeah, remaking Metal Gear Solid 3 should be a slam dunk. I'd be pretty excited to see that. Even as someone who is fine with the original and can go back and play the original whenever, I would like to see what they do. I kind of have flipped on this. I used to be almost anti-remake. Like, why even bother? Remakes have been so good lately that I'm kind of like all about it. Like, yeah, remake it. You know what? The original is still there, but man, these remakes are really good now.
Also, we've seen the business case, right? Where, at least with, again, the staple of the industry, Capcom, for them, it's clear, like, you do the one, you do the other, it's one for them, one for me. We're going to do a remake, and for one, they're going to be really good. And two, they're going to make a lot of money, and that sort of funds the other stuff. And that's not to say Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil Village don't make a lot of money. They do. But it's like this whole process works because they can bing bong back and forth, and the remakes are cheaper to make, and so when they make a ton of money, it's a lot. It's just like the whole thing lifts up, and they can keep doing new fun stuff because they have this opportunity to bounce back and forth. I think that if we want more cool new stuff, going back to getting cool old stuff looking better than ever and playing better than ever, well, I mean, that's all to me. That's all gravy. That's all welcome. It's all good stuff. It does sound like for the immediate term, it is whatever's going on with Castlevania and the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake. Give me that.
What is going on with Castlevania? I'm sorry. Like, what exactly is the plan there? Because that doesn't have something from like that kind of era that things are getting remade from, that sort of PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 3 era. Like, what, are you gonna remake Lament of Innocence? No, you're not gonna remake what were those fancier ones called that were kind of more like God of War?
I know, I can never keep their names straight. I'm sorry. I like them.
Kojima actually was kind of involved with, right?
Yeah, I can never keep those ones straight, but I like them. They could, could like package those up and release them, but you're right, that won't have the same effect. That's not exactly the same thing.
Lords of Shadow, thank you, Chris.
I think it is supposed to be a follow-up to Lords of Shadow of sorts, not exactly a sequel, but like something more closer to that. I think it's supposed to be a full new 3D Castlevania action adventure game. I just hope it's a Metroidvania. Make it a Metroidvania, and there we go.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, if you could just kind of, I mean, like Lament of Innocence and Curse of Darkness on PlayStation 2 kind of were 3D Castlevania Metroidvanias, but they were pretty simple in terms of map layout and things like that. But it can be done. We've seen a lot of good 3D Metroidvanias with Metroid Prime, with Arkham Asylum. So sure, I wonder who's gonna make it.
Yeah, for sure. I kind of hope the new Castlevania is maybe stylized, maybe cell shaded almost to look a little bit closer to the anime, and then that enables them to be a little bit more fun and whimsical. So it almost looks reminiscent of the Game Boy Advance and PlayStation games. And so we can get like a Frankenstein with chainsaws for hands. Now that was Castlevania 64, but still, like that, you got similar stuff like that in the Game Boy Advance games where there's just all kinds of weird monsters and pretty silly stuff. And I hope they use a style that is conducive to that while also still being something that looks big and expensive that can sell all the copies they need to sell. I bet they actually end up going with something that's closer to looking like God of War.
Yes, I think that's exactly what they'll go for.
Oh, well. I like Castlevania a whole bunch.
I don't know why your delivery of "oh well" was very.
I mean,
funny.
you know what it is. It's just the me like all immediately being defeated because I know that I'm not going to get what I want.
You said with Julia, "Oh well."
Oh well.
Well, it was a nice dream.
It was. It was beautiful while it lasted. Those 15 seconds.
I was always waiting that whole time while you were waxing poetical about this supposed art style you wanted. Like, that's not happening.
No, it's not happening. I know. Yeah.
Oh, well.
Oh, well. All right. Well, I think... Well,
oh, well, that should be the real subtitle to Suicide Squad.
Oh, well.
That's what they're going to write when they're
marking. Justice League. No, get that out of there. Yeah. Suicide Squad. Yeah. Oh, well.
The accountant's going to write that next to it in the books, I think. But...
we'll see if Castlevania can really stand out. I think Metal Gear is probably going to be mostly fine. I know Metal Gear survived.
That's an easy path forward for Metal
Gear.
Exactly,
right? Yes. I think you just lean into what Metal Gear was, and that'll give you an opportunity to figure out what Metal Gear can be if you can figure it out. There's no guarantee on that side of things, but I think re-releasing and remaking these older games can make a lot of money.
Right, even if you don't make a new Metal Gear Solid, just remake 1, remake 2, remake 4, you'll be fine for a while.
Okay, let's see. We've got a handful of super chats. Again, we'll get to all those. I don't think they have to do with this topic, so we'll move along here. State of Play, Mike. We watched that today. You wrote it up. When you were writing it up, were there any this is actually worth my time to write up, or was it mostly kind of
no?
Yeah,
no. Kind of what I figured. I mean, there was even the games that looked cool and had cool trailers. There wasn't news. So, Capcom is the all-star here. Capcom had 2 games to show, and they both look fantastic. Street Fighter 6 had 3 new character reveals. Zangief, Cammy, and Lily or Lila or something like that, a new character. They all look awesome. You know me and Cammy. I like my Cammy. She's looking real good. Zangief is looking real beefy. He's not he doesn't look roided out like he does sometimes, which is great. He just looks big. That game still, gosh, I cannot wait for that. Then Resident Evil 4, that was a fantastic trailer for that. I am so excited. Just one of the best games ever, looking like it's going to become one of the best games ever again. I was really impressed with that.
Yep. I'm kind of right there with you. I think that Street Fighter 6 has got me more excited than I thought I could be for it. And then Resident Evil 4. So we haven't seen this section of the game yet in trailers for the most part, as far as I can remember. This was an extended look of that second part after the opening section of the village.
Almost the third part, kind of like that island, the stuff with Krauser. Yeah. Krauser, yeah.
So it's like that with that. Okay, so even more stuff that they're showing now. It's a remake, so it's okay that they're kind of going into things that are later in the game. When this game first came out, they never showed any of this stuff. But now it's I kind of want to see what that looks like, and it looks again better than ever.
Awesome.
Yes, it's awesome. It's man, I'm going to be going from Metroid Prime remake to this. Yeah, keep giving me these games. I really am very developers have figured out the remaster remake situation to a point where they feel like new experiences on top of also being nostalgic, and it's that's a really great combination, and this looks like it's going to be the best one of those ever from the teams that are the best at doing these.
It makes that Grand Theft Auto remastered trilogy still seem so bad.
An embarrassment. They should be embarrassed. Yeah,
I think they are. You don't have the resources, Rockstar and Take-Two. Give me a break.
Yeah, you're gonna just run everything through an AI upscaling algorithm and then put it out. That is a joke. You are a joke by doing that. That's
pathetic.
Yeah, and it's like the biggest series in the world. You're going to treat it that way?
It's Grand Theft Auto.
I mean, yeah.
Dead Space got treated a zillion times better, and it's Dead Space. I love Dead Space, but come on.
There's a lot of content in Grand Theft Auto. It would have been a lot of work. It would have made a lot of money if you did anything close to what these other games are getting. Of course, it's a lot more work. You have a lot more money. You're fucking Rockstar.
Right. But so I mean, aside from the Capcom stuff, Like Humanity looks really cool. Apparently that game has been announced before. It was the first time I saw it.
Humanity,
it's Lemmings with people. That's good.
Yeah, I remember that because now we're getting a demo, so it's like, yeah, that's right. I remember like thinking it looked cool, but it's like I didn't remember it giving like so much such a look at gameplay that we got today. And it's like still not that I understand necessarily what's happening. It looks like Lemmings, but like with all kinds of more like wild stuff happening. There's level creation stuff. But whatever. I mean, there's a demo out, so I downloaded it. I'm going to try to play it here pretty soon. They emailed and they said, yeah, the demo's everywhere. So if you're on PlayStation, it's there. And if it's, I think you can play it in VR too. So yeah, it looks pretty cool. And I like Enhance a lot. I like what they did with Rez when they did the VR Rez stuff. And Tetris Effect is one of the best games ever made. So yeah, give me this. I'm ready to check it out.
All right, but okay, let's talk about VR because they opened with that. They just launched their brand new, very expensive VR headset.
I don't remember anything except for the survival game.
I was just about to ask you can even remember any of them. I'm surprised you remember that.
Yes, I just remember the axe. Like someone put a rock in a like a log to make an axe, and that's all I remember.
I think the rest of them, a lot of them looked like the same kind of VR first-person shooters that they were showing off, like when VR was new.
Yeah, I remember there was a shooting gallery one, but I just remember saying that. I don't remember a single thing about it.
How did they not? How can they not get Half-Life Alyx?
This is a guess, and maybe it'll play into the narrative. Oh, Jeff doesn't like Sony. I can't imagine it's on Valve's side. I just can't imagine this is Valve being like, we're holding this back. This is ours. That's just not Valve's MO. Maybe there's someone at Valve that was like needs to take the point on it, and there's no one there doing that. I don't believe that either. They have like a lot of business development people that are very savvy and on top of making those deals happen. It just seems to be like Sony's not going to be willing, or they just must not be willing to like meet whatever Valve wants in terms to make that happen, or the resources to make that happen. If you're Sony and that game's out there, I think you do what it takes to get it on your platform. And I think Sony doesn't want to do what it takes to get it out there. I think this comes down to PlayStation VR 2 was a Sony initiative, not a PlayStation initiative when it comes down to it. And so the PlayStation side is doing the bare minimum, and it shows, I think. I think this thing is going to, a year from now, mostly be a memory. I think it'll be deeply discounted here pretty soon. And I think it's a shame because the hardware is really good by all accounts. And it's just not going to get the investment from the software side or anything really to really make it work.
That's the bummer, is that it seems like it's a good headset, and I want to kind of be excited about it. But
I'm going to buy one when the thing is like $300. I'm going to get one then. But yeah, until then.
I just don't understand how, like, this is your first showcase since the launching it, and you just don't come out with anything, really. That's a big deal. And I mean, when are we going to hear about more? In summer? Are you going to have Half-Life then? It's almost getting, like, too late. How was that just
I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah.
It's weird. And then, there's still things like Astrobot or just first-party stuff in general now. Just a really weak showing for VR, which, I mean, you released a VR headset. You got to kind of support it. You got to do something there. Like, why would anybody buy one of these right now? Unless they just really have a lot of money to throw away. That's weird. But then, and then aside from that, there's that, what's that game with the little girl and it looks kind of Wind Waker-ish? Like, that looks nice. We've seen that before. Tachia, that looks nice. Then just a bunch of other things that I think I forget about. And then just a lot of Suicide Squad. And I think this is going to become almost a case study for why, if you're making big AAA games, you can't chase trends. Because by the time you are done with your game, it's going to take 7 years to make, and people are going to be so tired of those trends. And there are just a million things like that here with the looter, shooter, purple, green, red, yellow items, the battle pass, like always online kind of progression, even just the tone. It's, everyone's got jokes. It's like dark, but funny. Man, it just doesn't seem to be doing anything for me, except for like the traversal looking kind of fun. I've seen some people say it kind of looks like a Crackdown in good ways. Yeah. Like, oh, you kind of just jump around, whatever, but also in bad ways in that there's no weight to anything. Like, you're just jumping around, pulling out a minigun and just shooting at the glowy weak points, of which there are many
on helicopters. There's glowy weak points on helicopters. And I tell you what's going to happen. We're going to complain about that. And there's going to be freaks out there to be like, in the story, they explain that. And I'm like, that's not the problem. They could explain it for fucking 10 hours, how this makes sense. I promise you it's still fucking stupid. It looks stupid. It looks bad. It makes me not want to play. It makes it feel undercooked, like just that they didn't think through how to make it just feel natural. So they just threw a goddamn glowy spot on it. It pushes me away, a game that was already kind of pushing me away. And somehow this stuff pushed me away even more.
Just feels like we've been waiting for this game forever, and
we have been.
It's kind of a lot of those things that we worried it would be like. Oh, it is kind of that game. It's just even weirder, right? Like here's a guy named Captain Boomerang. Here's a giant shark. They both use guns. They just fucking shoot things. And sure, they have like special abilities where they'll use the boomerang. Even King Shark has like that big like jump like Hulk smash kind of move, and there's like no impact to it, man. It feels like a freaking bouncy ball landing on the ground or something. But I don't know. It just tonally, it was never gonna be my thing. But man, it is really not my thing. Like here's the Flash, and he's real flippant. And Captain Boomerang, he likes violence, and he thinks that's funny. I don't know, Jeff. Maybe I should be giving this game a bit more of a chance, but I'm struggling to think of a reason why I should.
I think that it is strange when it comes down to it that the studio that made Batman is just basically now making a third-person shooter. I get it. Shooting things in games is timeless. It will always be fun. I agree with that. I think that's right. It's weird that this specific studio has fallen back on that after what is approaching a decade without putting out a new game. It feels anticlimactic. It feels like, what were we waiting for? And it's like, oh, this is the answer to what we were waiting for. Okay, I'm gonna have to wait until I hear this is a very, very good game, which I just do not expect to hear.
Right, and then it's like, it took forever for this. What, do we got to wait 7, 8 years, 9 years for the next Rocksteady game and kind of hope for better? See them retreat into Batman, see them maybe actually make the Superman game that maybe they should have made instead of this, or some different IP. I don't know. So again, how many times does the Suicide Squad really need a chance there? And I understand that this was put in production before that last movie came out. I know people like that movie. It didn't do that well. So I just don't understand why I keep getting assaulted by the Suicide Squad as if it was like some big cultural thing. And it just doesn't seem like people care that much.
Yeah, it's strange. Okay, so before, as we were getting into this episode, I said it wasn't that bad. That's because my expectations were rock bottom. I thought that Capcom did have a good showing, and I thought that Humanity was cool. It was cool to get an update on an enhanced game. And also it's like I understand what these state of plays are. They are an obligation. They are Sony meeting the obligation of to their their co-marketing partners. I'm going to make a video about this weekend, I think, where I just say, like, what are these state of plays really? Why do these keep happening? And the answer is it's simple. They tell developers and publishers that they want to make a co-marketing deal with, we will put out a state of play, and that's going to count as so much money towards what we consider the co-marketing deal. And so they have to do them, even if Sony itself is saving its own actual good stuff for something else, which is what's happening here. They're saving their good stuff for the PlayStation Showcase. That's going to happen before E3. It was supposed to happen last fall. They kept pushing it back because their developers weren't ready. But now that those developers are ready, they should have a massive show that really sets up the second phase of the PlayStation 5. So there's a lot to be excited about. It's just the state of play was never going to be that.
No, I think that's fair. I mean, look, I also had low expectations, and I'm not saying that this was below my expectations, but when I was in high school and I expected to fail a math test, and then I failed the math test, it didn't matter. Like, I still failed the math test, right?
Yeah, fair enough.
So, yeah, that's all fine.
No, I think the failure is really it is PSVR, isn't it? Because this was their chance to set that up for success, and it just feels like they didn't do that. And if you disagree, if there are games excited there for you, especially if you already bought it, I'm happy for you, but it's not moving me, and that's all I can go by.
Right. And I mean, there was a lot of time spent on Suicide Squad, and I can just so many little things. Maybe it's because it's bugging me, so every little thing does. Like, how are these 4 assholes actually going to beat Batman and Superman? Give me a break.
Yeah, I didn't think just watching the Flash run around them. Super S. I'm like, well, there's just no way this idiot with a gun is going to be able to do anything.
Right. It's like literally even the trailer, Wonder Woman has to show up, and then it gets serious for a little bit. And it's like, all right, who wants to kill the Justice League? I thought we liked the Justice League.
Well, I don't Brainiac took him over, right? So it's bad.
I get it. I know why we have to, but again, why are you?
No, I really don't want another DC thing that is like this. I mean, it is chasing a trend that went through the ringer. And this trend, specific trend, there's a lot of trends it's chasing, but this trend it being the Zack Snyderverse stuff that went through the ringer, had a multiple chance to make the movie stuff work, failed repeatedly, it was dead, came back to life with the Snyder cut of the Justice League, and now all that leadership has been replaced, and they're already starting to make these other movies, and now we're getting this game that's trying to glom on to that first Suicide Squad movie. Video games need to just never ever look over at what movies are doing ever again. They take too long. Honestly, James Gunn saying that the video games are going to be part of his universe is just a joke. Oh, honey, 100% don't do that.
No, he just doesn't understand. There's no way.
Yep. Okay. While we were recording the voicemail dump truck today, Mike, which again people should listen to, I saw someone in chat say they kind of just announced Mortal Kombat 12, and I didn't know what they meant. And so when we got done with that, I went online and looked around, and apparently during an investor call, I think it's David Zaslav. I don't know how to say his name. I've never heard it said out loud. He's the CEO of Warner Discovery, whatever, that whole jerk off thing that they got going on over there that is a complete mess. During that investor call, he told investors, and we have Mortal Kombat 12 scheduled to come out in 2023. And okay, cool.
This year?
Yeah, maybe they meant fiscal 2023. I think they mean calendar 2023, but someone correct me if I'm wrong there. But this year, I guess probably this holiday, it's not going to be before Evo, right? Almost certainly not before Evo.
Not before Evo, absolutely no, because they would, definitely not before Evo. Might be maybe announced at Evo /
Well, that's exactly right. They are almost certainly going to announce this game at Evo, and listen, I know that I was out there talking about how this next game was going to be Mortal Kombat 12. That was part of me trying to explain the mess that is happening over there and the thinking that was happening in that studio, NetherRealm, looking around, being like, oh my God, should we make Injustice 3? Well, no, we might get sold off, and then the rights will be stupid. Why don't we just make Mortal Kombat 12? So I was trying to explain that, and now it's just weird to then see the CEO go and undercut the marketing for the studio, which was clearly going to go to Evo. We'll probably go to Evo and announce this. It's just stupid, but whatever. Hey, okay, now we know. Mortal Kombat 12 is the next game from NetherRealm. Not too surprising. It happened for all the reasons that we've talked about previously, that the studio looked at the turmoil.
Jeff, you've been saying this forever, that they're skipping Injustice to do this again. Do you think NetherRealm knew that they were going to do this, or you think this Warner Bros. Guy just doesn't understand what he did? Tim's like, of course I'm going to talk about this. I have to tell the investors why they need to invest and keep investing and invest.
Sean says there's no chance they announce at Evo. Fair enough. Some fans are pointing out, saying they I think they're going to announce it around that time still, regardless. But I think that I think that the CEO almost certainly was just going off the cuff and said, I need something good to tell investors or something to build on from Hogwarts Legacy to show that we have a huge hit. And that other series that makes a lot of money for us, well, we're going to follow up with that later this year. So let's get that our stock price going. It should be going anyhow, but let's get it supercharged. It feels like that's all it is. I don't think that NetherRealm was fully aware that this is how it was going to get confirmed or whatever. Because if it was, why wouldn't they have just taken it in their own hands and done at least some little announcement by now? I mean, you would have just done that. So
I guess the good news is it doesn't really matter. It's still going to be a big deal when we actually see it for the first time, right?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat 11, giant hit. This will be another giant hit. A lot of people will be excited. I'll be excited. So yeah, I am glad, I guess. I figured it was coming. I'm a little surprised it's this year. So that's interesting news. And apparently their calendar year is the same as, or their fiscal year is the same as the calendar year.
Thank we don't have to worry about that. Yes. Okay. So that makes sense. People are saying Mortal Kombat is too big for Evo. I think that is a fair thing to say, especially looking at Evo's prize pools and say, oh man, this thing is maybe always going to be this niche thing. Mortal Kombat is a massive mass market thing. So, yeah.
Okay, now it's at one of the E3 or E3 adjacent things.
Yes, that's all. Yeah, but that's also just mere months away. So, all right. I mean, you're right, though. Once it's actually announced to that wider public, that will still be the biggest thing that's happened.
They just got to show smoke. That's what everybody wants.
That's what I'm waiting for sure.
Me and all my smoke blokes, we got to have it.
Man, yeah, I see that. That's the name of your news group. So, yeah.
That's true. Yeah, thank you.
Smoke blokes, please. Yeah.
This is a smoky mezcal I'm drinking, by the way. All right, let's go.
Any other stories from the week that you want to talk about? Because I mean, I think other stuff happened for sure. Those were the big ones, at least as we're coming into today. It's short week here in the United States, so we had Monday off.
Yeah, I mean, I already talked to you on Wednesday about some news and whatnot, but man, a lot just today. I think that just about covers it. If people have anything else specifically they want us to talk about, they can always hit us up with the super chat. I see some of those are coming in. Thank you, everybody. They will all get read before the end of the show. I promise you. I got a
little bit of personal news.
Yeah.
I was on the phone talking to my grandma, and she said, Jeff, it is disgusting how on that podcast of yours, you talk about how you walked in the room and your wife could smell your balls. That is vile, and you should be ashamed of yourself. And then she said, but can you get me that promo code for Manscaped so I can get it for your grandpa as a gift? And I said, of course, it's MESS at manscaped.com. It gets you 20% off and free worldwide shipping at manscaped.com. Please, everybody, you got to go check that out. I'm very excited that they are supporting the show this week, especially with that Performance Package 4.0, which I did recommend to Grandma. You should recommend it to your grandmas as well, to send it over there to your grandpa and all the grandpas in your life, or or step grandpas and step peppers and all that. The Performance Package 4.0 is a game changer. Inside the package, you'll find our Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, Performance Package briefs, and a travel bag to hold your goodies. The Lawnmower 4.0, this trimmer is the trimmer of the future, and dare I say, the greatest ball grooming device ever made. This is their 4th generation trimmer, and it features a cutting-edge ceramic blade. Cutting edge, I just kind of got that. To reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. The Lawnmower 4.0 is waterproof and also has a 4,000 Kelvin LED spotlight that for when you need a more precise shave. We're going out this weekend, Mike. I'm going to make sure that I feel good and ready and like buoyant. And Manscaped is going to help me on all those fronts. I don't know about you.
My grandparents are dead.
The Weed Whacker is also waterproof and proprietary skin technology, which helps reduce nicks, snags, and tugs in those delicate nose holes, which, boy, are they delicate. I got sensitive nose holes. I also talked to my grandma about my sensitive nose holes, so shout out to her. The Crop Preserver ball deodorant and Crop Reviver ball toner will change the way you approach hygiene. Trust me when I say this, fellas, your balls will thank you. Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts with that Performance Package 4.0. The Boxers and the Shed Travel Bag. Love the Boxers.
Rule.
The Boxers are so good. I always put them right at the top of the pile after laundry day.
Well, I need to do laundry tomorrow.
I was just thinking the same thing.
I gotta wear them we're going out Saturday.
Yes, I'm gonna
have them.
Yes, I'm gonna make it happen. I'm looking forward to that. So get 20% off and free shipping with the code MESS at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping worldwide with MESS at manscaped.com. Manscaped.com. MESS. 20% off, free shipping worldwide.
Yeah. I know some of you have reached out and said that you've taken advantage of this offer. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, everybody.
Yes, we appreciate the support. It is good stuff. Jeff, why do you have our names flipped when the promo's going?
I don't know. Shut up.
Okay.
All right. That was good, Mike. That was efficient. I think we got a total story there. All right.
Went on a journey.
We went on a journey, absolutely. Also, you could tell Special Nick, I stole that bit from him. That was one of his bits. So you can tell him that was gimmick infringement, and I don't give a fuck. He can come get me if he wants. He can get on a flight from Australia and come get me.
What is his bit? The thing about the grandparents?
He told his mom told him how vile and disgusting it was that he talked about shaving his balls on his podcast, but give me the code so I can give it to Dad. Yeah, I stole that from him 100%.
That's good. That's all right.
Wholesale lifted.
We should steal more things. It
works so good to just steal things.
I agree.
I think it's better with Grandma, though, personally. That was a bit. No, I really talked to Grandma. All right. Let's see here.
Is your grandma really alive still?
My grandma is still alive, yes. Sean,
good for her.
Can you give me a second and let me see if I can continue to rescue this Jeopardy, or I'm sorry, this Who Wants to Be a Millionaire game. I think I'm going to be able to rescue it. If I can't,
please do it. I want to play that.
I know. I want to do this. I told Chad. I told those podcast producers who were doing this. I think I have it rescued. So I think we're good. But Chat, you'll just have to bear with me while I get the last couple put in here. What's happening is
I can vamp.
I found the page and it was blank, and I'm like, man, I lost it. And I clicked on the field, and the thing I put in before auto populated. So I have to just click on it, and all of the answers auto populated and everything. I thought I created a name and a password. Apparently what I did is I created a name and password, and it was only going to take if I then clicked forward and then actually registered, and I didn't do that part. So it was on me, but I think we got it. So I'm going to save game progress. There we go. Game saved. Now we can play/view this game now. Okay, let me capture this and we'll get going, everybody. Sean, next week for that. Thank you so much. Okay, let me do this right now. Anymore? I hear it.
I probably hear it.
It's pretty low when you do it for some reason. Well, it's weird.
Well, it's a soft instrument.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, that's what she said.
That's what. Yeah. Okay.
All right. You know what? I might see if I can bring this up here instead. And then browser.
Sounds broken. You sound broken. I didn't mean that, Nick. That was mean. You sound fine. I'm so excited for this game. I'm gonna tell do I need to tell my brothers to prepare for a call, or is it all done inside of the thing?
You should tell your brothers to prepare for a call.
A millionaire segment. Prepare for a call if necessary. All right.
Okay. I think I have it mostly set up. Looks like there is like lifelines in here. But we'll see. Okay, so let's
chat.
Let's bring it back. Yeah, we'll actually just pull our chat. So that I know they have that little thing in here. But okay. So I think this is good. I'm gonna fade it up here. Actually, you know what? I'll just hide it. Okay, 2 up. Why are you doing that? Why is the Manscaped bush thing happening?
I mean, people should know. I'm glad it's back.
Oh, that's my transition. I have that on as my transition.
Good.
I was so confused. Okay. All right, I'm going to bring us back in. Excuse me. I'm going to bring us back in, and we'll get right into it. You ready, Mike?
I'm ready.
All right. Mike, we have some super chats coming in. We will get to those here in a little bit. I wanted to try something a little bit different this week. I have prepared a game for you. It is called Who Wants to Be a Mikey-naire? Who Wants to Be a Mikey-naire with the subtitle Who Wants to Go to Margaritaville? Now, this is basically just Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I have made it video game related. We are going to do a special Who Wants to Be a Millionaires as bonus episodes, and you're still mostly going to be playing. But those will be general questions. Those will be bonus episodes. Patreon members will get those. Yes, I'm going to start doing those here pretty soon, everybody. So if you're a Patreon member, keep an eye out for those. They'll be in the feed probably this week. On the actual show, though, I will put together episodes like this where it has video game related questions. It's going to be just like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Early questions are going to be so stupidly dumb. It'll be embarrassing if you got any of them wrong. And then the later ones should be harder. I haven't put many of these together before, so I'm going to see where this lands. But all that matters is, it doesn't matter. If let's say this one's too easy, if you win, if you get to the $1 million question and get it right, you will be taken by me to Margaritaville in Cleveland, Ohio.
Jeff asked me what the grand prize should be if I win, and I immediately said, you have to take me to Margaritaville. Mikey knows what he wants. Now,
I'm sure you have questions. I have access to a 50-50. I have, let's see, I don't know what these other ones are. There's this up one here. I don't know. We could just click that and find out. The ask, you know what? The other one will be, you phone a friend. You have your brothers ready to go, right?
Yeah, my brother's ready. At least one of them's ready to go. We got Sean here if I think.
Sean, perfect. Okay, so yeah, you can call Sean in. And then poll the audience. We will be using Discord, the Patreon, the Patreon, podcast producers and all that. I'm going to ask you. We'll put it in there. It might take a second, but we'll make it work. But yeah, if you are a podcast producer, you are the audience we will be asking, so you could vote in there if you want to help Mikey at that time. You actually answer truthfully, everybody. Don't try to mess up Mikey. I will be very upset if you do that. Okay.
There you go. You heard him.
All right, let's see. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. He's putting up a thread. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to bring it up with our first question. What color did Nintendo pair with Spice for a special Japanese GameCube?
I believe. Well, we got you. You should say the options for audio.
A, orange, B, purple, C, black, or D, platinum.
Should I tell like a story about my childhood now? Isn't that what they do?
They usually do it for some of the more difficult ones, but if you want to start now, listen, we got time to kill. Let's do it.
No, A, orange.
A, orange. All right, I'm clicking it. Is that your final answer?
That is my final answer, Regis.
All right. Oh, I broke the game. Hang on, I broke the game. Oh, man, this is very good. All right, incredible stuff. Hang on, let me fix this real quick.
What'd you do?
I did not set the answers. I fixed everything else, but I didn't set the answers. So let me make sure I get this real quick. All right, there's that. That was incredible. It'd be very funny if it wasn't orange for some reason. All right, 1 second while I kill time. All right, there we go.
Man, I'm on the edge of my seat. I hope orange was right.
Okay, there's that.
Yeah, Slumdog Mikey there. You get a question answer about my life. That's supposed to be a good movie, isn't it?
Yes, it's very good.
Yeah. It'd be better than Suicide Squad, though. They're making a video game out of that.
Man, I gotta check some of these answers. Hang on.
There should be a Slumdog Millionaire game, actually. There should be a game where it's like a game show.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire on...
Well, yeah, but like you should have like Obra Dinn levels in between those things, you know, after each question or what have you. I'll marry you. Obra Dinn didn't win Game Mess Game Club poll. By the way, everyone, the current Game Mess Game Club poll is up for next month. The options are Chicory. I think that's how you say that. I don't know. Firewatch and Legend of Zelda: The Minish Cap. And yes, I also think there's a favorite.
Good question.
Yeah, I also think there's a favorite for that one.
All right, just a couple more questions. I almost got it.
I believe in you. You believe in me.
Man, some of these are way too easy.
Good. I want to go to fucking Margaritaville. You're paying. That's what taking someone to Margaritaville means.
I know. Yes, of course. That means I'm paying. Of course.
And I'm not a cheap date. I'm going to be going for all that top shelf.
I think you might
shit.
get to this last question with some some of these lifelines left. So I think you might be okay.
We'll see about that. I can be pretty stupid.
Let me just double check the last one.
Oberdin could still win because we do the poll with like all the losers from previous months or the game club. Also, on Tuesday we're recording our episode about Half-Life 1. I wonder if I should lower my arm now. Keep looking like this.
All right, Mikey. So you wanted to go with orange for the Spice Orange Japanese GameCube. Is that correct?
I believe that's correct.
Final answer. Okay, let me refresh this one more time. Let me try it. Orange, final answer. There we go. All right, fantastic. Now it's working.
First try.
Okay, first try, everybody. First try, Jeff Grubb. Okay, ready for the next question?
I am. Yes. I'm ready, Regis.
What country is Ghost of Tsushima set in? A, Canada. B, Mexico. C, United States. Or D, Japan?
Well, I don't remember there being any poutine. It looked very different from America, very different from Ohio. So
not as many Sheetz gas stations, no.
Yeah, so Mexico's in play.
Okay. Hopefully you do the 50-50, you don't get Mexico in the other answer.
Yeah, but there are a lot of swords, and I think swords were invented in the country of Japan. So I'm going to go with D, Japan. Final answer.
Oh, okay. All right. Son of a bitch! Why is it doing this? Why is it so broken? All right. Sorry, hang on. All right.
Good song, though.
Yeah, for real. At least it's very dramatic every time you mess up because of me. All right, let me see here. Nope, that should have just worked. This one I'll put on this game. All right, orange. Yes. Oh, cool, an ad. All right.
Yeah, those are important. Oh, they might have saw us an Orange Spice GameCube.
All right, let me just try this. Let me try this, and then Put it up here.
Da, 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 ba, ba, ba. I can taste those sweet, sweet margs right now.
Oh my god, okay, it's broken. Let me see here. Why would it do this? Let me see if it works over here.
I'm just drinking my mezcal.
Yeah, everybody, you get to see how the sausage is completely fucked up.
You get to see how we fucked the sausage.
Yep. Hang on.
Well, that one burned a little bit, just a little burn. I'm okay, everybody. Don't worry. I know you were concerned. Ba, ba, ba. Oh, that's man. Remember when it was actually a sensation before it just became like daytime TV? Like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was prime time, like mega hit. Everyone's freaking out about it.
Oh man, this thing must be bugged. Oh no! All right, we might have to switch to something else.
Oh, it's just not working.
Hey, yeah, I'm putting in I'm checking the correct response right there. It's there. It's checked on my side, and then when I try it, it's also very loud. Hang on.
No. That part's just fun.
Yeah.
Bam, bam, bam. Yeah, I remember that, Goldie.
All right, let's try this. I'm going to try a few more other things to fix this, and then if it doesn't work, I will we'll switch to that other game.
We have backup plans.
Yeah.
But I want to win that Margaritaville trip, damn it.
I know.
I'm doing so well. I already got 2 right. I'm almost guaranteed to win.
So...
Talk about Lightfall. Destiny 2. It's kind of hard to get excited about a Destiny 2 CG trailer when you haven't played Destiny 2 in 3 years. Millionaire was 99. Yeah, Survivor's right after that. Yeah, that was when there was actual must-watch TV. I guess we kind of have that with like things like The Last of Us. It feels like everybody's watching The Last of Us or Squid Games, but I don't know. I finally read the synopsis for the rest of The Last of Us Part 2.
Oh, yeah?
Just did it. And like, I don't want to pass judgment or anything because obviously I didn't play it. But I stopped playing it after 10 hours because I was kind of tired of like these miserable people being miserable. And reading the rest of it, I think I spared myself more misery. So, yeah.
Yeah, it must be bugged because what it does, it's saying Japan is correct. It turns green, or it goes green to indicate that it's correct because the other ones will go red. But then it says that was not correct. Try this game again. And so it's like nothing's really working. That's really a bummer. Yeah, because it just goes green. I don't know if I can go to the next question. We could just, you know what? We could just, yeah. I wanted to have the visual. I should have used the other site that someone recommended to me.
Yeah, you don't need all this fancy site stuff necessarily.
Yeah, let me see if I can come up with this other thing here.
As long as you have good questions and you know the answer, you can keep track of what winning thing I'm on and what lifelines I have left.
Yeah, let's see here. Okay, we'll just do it. We'll do it verbally this week, and then
we'll do it live.
We'll do it live. All right, so let's just.
You know why? I just found out why he yelled that. It's because he had to say that some band was going to play them off, and he had never heard the expression, like, play off or, play them off or play us off. He got really mad. Like, what does this even mean? It sounds stupid. Play them off. We need to rewrite it. That's why he was so upset. Yeah, that's why Bill O'Reilly was so mad.
Hang on. Let me see here. Maybe this. Let me try this.
All the reasons to be furious. But he's a nice guy. Like a band, and
Okay, I think I fixed it. All right. Oh. Okay, so let's orange. Yes. Okay. Yes, and then you said Japan.
That's right.
Hey, it works. Okay.
What'd you do to fix it?
The third question didn't have a correct answer selected, so I think it was just bugging the whole thing out. It wouldn't send me to the third question. Which color is Sonic the Hedgehog? A, blue, B, red, C, black, or D, Canada?
It'd be weird if Canada was the wrong answer twice in a row.
Right. Would I even do that?
Right. I know that there's a black hedgehog, but that might be Shadow.
Yeah.
Knuckles is red, obviously.
Of course. That's clearly there as a red herring, or as other people call it, a Knuckles.
Yes. So I'm going to listen to the voice in my head and say a blue. Final answer.
Please don't break on me. That's correct.
Wow.
You've got, let's see, that's $300 for you so far.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Can't believe that paid me all this cash on top of taking me to Margaritaville.
Shit. Which course is usually the last track in a Mario Kart game? A, Rainbow Road, B, Yoshi's Island, C, Moo Moo Meadows, or D, Canada?
Could Canada really be the incorrect answer 3 times in a row? I hate Moo Moo Meadows, by the way. I don't know why. I don't like it. I don't like its vibe. I'm a fan of it
in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I don't like it in the N64 versions for some reason.
Yeah, there's something weird about it. A, Rainbow Road, final answer.
Oh, there he goes. That's confidence. That is correct.
There we go. Just blazing past these first few questions.
We are now on the $1,000 question. What color is the A button on the Nintendo 64 controller? Is it A, red, B, blue, C, green, or D, purple?
I'm not going to look at the Nintendo 64 controller I have over there. I swear to God.
I believe you.
This was actually not... I'm pretty sure that B is red.
So the $1,000 question is where this is the one that you locked in at $1,000. So we'll come up with some consolation prize, like probably a wallpaper for your phone. So if you get this one right, this is supposed to be a little bit trickier.
Right. Now, I mean, it's all purple. I'm just trying to think if it's blue or green. It's kind of my mind is like a bluish kind of a green. But I think Nintendo 64 didn't have was it green or a blue? Crap, I could do a 50-50, and then I'm really messed up if the 50-50 is blue or green.
Always the risk of a 50-50, absolutely.
Yeah, but like, man, God, I'm just trying to see it in my head. And I think it's
like when you look at it,
it's blue.
When you look, okay, is that the color that's in your? I was gonna say, what color is it in your head when you look at it in your head?
It's blue in my head. So I guess we'll just.
You do have lifelines, and if you lose now, you lose. That's it.
Yeah, that's bad. I don't want to pull chat because I think they are also just confused on whether it's blue or green. I don't think my brothers know. Let's use the 50-50. Let's just do it.
All right, I'm clicking the 50-50. Now, you want it to be...
I want it to leave... Yeah, if it leaves both B and C,
you want
if
it to
leaves blue and green...
either blue or green. That's what you want it to leave. If it's blue and green, you're going to be frustrated with this?
I'm going to be pretty upset.
So you want me to use it?
Yes, yeah, use it.
Blue, B blue, or D purple is what you're left with.
Dang it. I thought it was blue also. I wish I just went with that. B, blue, final answer.
That is correct.
All right.
That's $1,000 for our friend Mike Benatti. Moving on to the next question. What type of animal is the Animal Crossing character Isabelle? A, sheep, B, goat, C, dog, or D, cat?
Yeah, she is a dog. I don't know what kind of dog specifically, but she is a dog of some sort. C, dog, final answer.
That is correct.
All right, I like it.
All right, moving right along. In Mass Effect, you play as a Spectre. In Mass Effect Andromeda, what is your character's title? A, Starhopper, B, Commander, C, Pathfinder, D, Galaga. Galaga.
Galaga. Yeah, so I'm not super confident about this. Obviously, I never played Andromeda. I am pretty sure it's Pathfinder. These games that's such a BioWare thing. Is you have your title and you become one in the game and you have to go on the journey. Yeah, C, Pathfinder, final answer.
That is correct.
All right.
Oh, well done. That's their $4,000 question. We are moving on to $8,000. What is the name of the woman that Mario attempts to save in the game Donkey Kong? A, Daisy, B, Peach, C, Toadstool, or D, Pauline?
Oh, it's got to be my girl Pauline, and no, I won't say that about Dee and Pauline. I won't be crass. I saw her hanging out in like the background somewhere on that Mario Brothers plumbing site, so it's gonna be exciting to see her in the movie.
Yes.
Yeah, Dee Pauline. Final answer.
That is correct.
All right,
moving on.
I can taste those chippies and those burgers in my margs right now.
$16,000 question. You have 2 lifelines left. What is the maximum number of rupees you can collect in The Legend of Zelda for the NES? A, 99. B, 100. C, 1,000. D, 255.
Wow. Because there's no wallets or anything like that in the original Legend of Zelda that increases the size of those. 99 is too little. I beat this game not too long ago, finally. Gosh, 255. That's such a weird number, and yet somehow it looks correct. Again, man, I wish I almost had the 50-50 here, because it's not 100. I don't think it's 99. 1,000 seems weird. Because I remember it is kind of like frustrating sometimes, like you do max out. And you kind of have to go out and get more. Why would it be 255 though? I almost wish it was like 999. It would make more sense. 255. I feel like that's it. I just don't know why. And I really want to save lifelines for the future. But if I lose, I lose. I'm going to go with it though. I don't want to waste a lifeline.
Not going to use a lifeline.
Not using a lifeline. 255D. Final answer.
Are you sure?
Sure. Don't solve that. Don't do that.
I am gonna do that, just so you know, and it doesn't mean anything by it, okay? In the future.
I know. It's just the Regis bullshit.
The Regis bullshit, answer, but it doesn't mean anything. Final answer. That is correct. It is correct because they can have 256 in an 8-bit. Like 1 bit can represent up to 256 values. So 0 to 255.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that nerd shit. Wow.
Yep, nerd shit. That's right. That is a very big answer. I thought that one might trip you up. Very well done. That's $16,000. Moving on to the $32,000 question.
Very excited. Okay.
What is the largest capacity Nintendo Switch game card? Is it A, 16 gigabytes, B, 32 gigabytes, C, 64 gigabytes, or D, 256 gigabytes?
You got mad at Sean about this on Jeopardy. And
just to clarify, I didn't say what is the largest capacity Nintendo Switch game card on the market, which that question didn't say either. I just said, what is the largest capacity Nintendo Switch game card?
So wait, is this the one that, because I remember, I think Sean said it was 32, and you got mad at him. You said, no, it's not, for some reason I didn't understand. Right?
Yes, that happened.
Okay, that did happen. So I just don't know if so. I think it's between 16 and 32, and I just don't know what you want me to say. What's the largest? Because didn't they just announce one that is going to actually be 32? Gosh, the safe thing here would be to call Turbo Sean, who does know what you're talking about and who does know what you want me to say. So I think we're going to have to bring him in here. I'm kind of scared.
All right, Sean, will you please join the call?
Yeah, I'm dialing him up right now. Boop, boop, boop,
hang on.
Boop, 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 boop. Oh, hello, Sean?
Turbo Sean, are you there?
I hate you so much, you motherfucker.
Sean, I'm on Who Wants to Be a Mikey in Air? Who Wants to Go to Margaritaville? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Mike. You're coming in a little staticky, but I can hear you.
All right, here's the question. What is the largest capacity Nintendo Switch game card? A, 16 gigabytes. B, 32 gigabytes. C, 64 gigabytes. Or D, 256 gigabytes.
You have 1 minute.
Well, you see, Mike, this is a loaded question because Jeff thinks 64 gigabyte cartridges exist, and they literally do not. That being said, because he's the host of this game, that's probably what he wants you to say.
So I should say C.
You should say C. The correct answer is B32, but he's looking for you to say C64.
All right. Thank you, Sean.
Anytime.
That guy sounds like a real piece of shit. You're friends with that guy?
Look, man, I just know him, all right? He's just an acquaintance. Friends is pushing it. I'm going to say C, 64 gigabytes, final answer.
That is correct.
Woo! Sean did it.
In 2020, they began producing these for developers that wanted to use them. No one has used them, but it is available to use if someone chooses to do so. Therefore, the correct answer to the question, what is the largest capacity in a Nintendo Switch game card, is 64 gigabytes. Oh, all right, man, I'm not saying this is the entire reason I did this, but maybe.
I still don't really understand, but yeah, let's go on.
Oh, okay. They were produced. They do exist. They just were in a very, very small quantity. All right. Next question. This is your $64,000 question. Which famous person was memorialized in World of Warcraft in 2018/2019? A. Gene Okerlund. B. Robert Mugabe. C. Rip Torn. D. Stan Lee.
I mean, I know World of Warcraft pretty well. I don't know why the hell it would be Rip Torn. But Rip Torn, I feel like this is right around when Stan Lee died. That's for sure. Who the hell was Robert Mugabe? If it was me, the person I would want to memorialize the most would be me, Gene Okerlund. But why would they memorialize Stan Lee? Yeah, they're a bunch of nerds. Of course, they're going to memorialize Stan Lee. He's known for just having shit and everything. You got to pop him in everywhere. I can't use my last lifeline here, which, by the way, you should cross out the call one. I'm going to say D, Stan Lee, final answer.
Oh, well, they give it to you anyhow because I crossed it out. So D, Stan Lee. Is it correct? Yes. Congratulations. Robert Mugabe was a president for Zimbabwe, I think. I can't remember.
Oh, so not America.
Yes. All right. Let's go to the $125,000 question. You have 4 questions left. What was the first game cartridge to support battery backup saves? A. Super Mario Brothers. B. Pitfall. C. The Legend of Zelda. D. Zelda 2: The Adventures of Link.
It's not Mario. I know The Legend of Zelda had it, which means it's before Zelda 2. Then why would it be Pitfall so much earlier, unless there's some weird Pitfall port on NES I don't know about? I think it just has to be C. The Legend of Zelda. They invented it because it was a disc drive game in Japan, and so they needed another way to do saves here. They didn't want to do passwords. The answer is C, The Legend of Zelda.
Are you sure?
Final answer.
That is correct.
Marks, tasty Marks, extra salt on that rim. Let's go.
So I'm taking it that you're confident with 3 questions left, 1 lifeline left. You've used your phone a friend. You've used your 50-50. You have polled the audience left, which, is almost always certainly reliable earlier on, but later in the game, a little bit less so. How are you feeling?
Less so. I gotta feel confident, Jeff. And what else do I have if not confidence at this point?
That's a very good point. Let's move on to our next question for $250,000. What is the name of the cult in Far Cry 5? A. Eden's Gate. B. Beyond Eden. C. The Last Eden. D. Canada.
Man, if I had phone a friend, my brother Chris actually played this game and liked it. I was going to say, well, I know it's something with Eden.
Canada, the Eden of North America, for sure.
Yeah. I did preview this game at E3. And boy, do I think it's Last Eden. Boy, do I think it's C, The Last Eden. Which is a weird name. But you know what? Like, that looks right to me immediately when I saw it. Beyond Eden doesn't make sense. Eden's Gate, that sounds like some stupid Square Enix JRPG. I think the answer is C, The Last Eden, final answer.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir, I'm sure.
I'm sorry, Mikey, but that is incorrect.
Don't tell me it was Canada.
It was Eden's Gate. I like the one that was the most derivative of something real.
Yeah, dang it! I should have maybe pulled the audience there. I don't know why.
Be honest, confident. How would you have felt about that? You guys probably think you would have got it. Some people are saying yeah. Listen. You want to see the last 2 questions? I probably won't save them for the next time. I'll have to come up with new questions.
Let's see if we would have got there if I had used a poll a friend or poll the audience there. because then I would have had no lifelines. So let's see if I would have.
If you had like missed like half of them, I would have like probably saved them. But for these last two, which of these people was the first president of Nintendo of America? A. Minoru Arakawa, B. Howard Lincoln, C. Hiroshi Yamauchi, or D. Howard Phillips?
I think that's just Yamauchi. C.
Are you sure?
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure now.
Sorry, but that is incorrect. It's Minoru Arakawa.
All right, then. Well, then I would have lost anyways. Okay, then what's the... Man, these do get hard. I mean, they are the right level of difficulty, to be sure. I think you did a good job with the curve.
Yes, I was like trying to nail these ones in. All right. I think that's
the last one.
Yeah, let's get to that right now.
This is good. I'm going to get those marks someday.
You were going to need the lifeline for this one, I think.
Yeah, Nintendo is old, right?
The Game Boy used a processor based on which popular integrated circuit chip? A. Zilog Z80, B. Ricoh 2803, C. MOS Technology 6502, or D. Athlon.
Right. So I would have gotten here, and I would have needed to just guess.
Yes.
What
so feels right?
I don't know. Zilog Z80 is a fun one. Maybe I would have guessed that.
Well, actually, that is correct. Sorry. It's broken.
No.
That is correct.
But I wouldn't have made it there anyways. Okay. Well, Jeff, that was a lot of fun. I think someday I'll earn that trip to Margarita.
Since you won the game with 2 incorrect responses, so it's like,
it worked.
We're gonna keep doing this until you win for sure, and we'll reassess at that point. Maybe just keep doing it. That was a good time. I had fun. How do you feel about your performance?
Not bad. I think I went pretty strong there. I used that 50-50 early on when I would have been right with blue. God, it is right there. Oh, you know what's funny is that I thought that B was red. B is the green button.
Yes.
So I thought I forgot that start is red.
It is a surprisingly confusing color scheme, actually.
Right. And you know why I thought B was red? Because of the GameCube. It's super red on the GameCube. And I knew that A was that kind of green color there. Man, okay. Interesting. But yeah, I don't think I was going to make it. I was always going to be close that time.
You know, next time we should put a break in the middle to really put the ads there, really keep people hooked since you were doing so well.
Oh, now you're thinking like a real TV man.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking with that, though, let's go to a quick break. We'll be right back, everybody.
Yeah, now that I finished my mezcal, I'm going to get myself a little Gatorade, go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
How'd everyone feel about that? Was that entertaining? I was really into it, but I wonder how interesting it was for everybody. I think that it was... and how do we feel about the questions?
They suck. You piece of shit.
It's true factually,
no,
even though I know
they literally did not do the thing that you think they did.
Yes, they literally have made some to show that it's possible and then did nothing with the 10 that they made.
Where are they?
At, Nintendo HQ.
How do you know this?
Because they said so.
Who?
Nintendo.
Motherfucker! I knew it! I was like, Jeff talked to someone, he got the scoop. Did he? No, he didn't.
I'm going to. Now I'm going to. Fuck you, Turbo Sean. I'm going to because of this. Go ask.
If you prove me wrong,
oh, well, now it'll be so worth it. Actually, it'll be so worth it. Okay, yeah, I'm down. I'll look into it.
I was right when I said you said, oh, they made it in a limited quantity, and the quantity was 0.
The quantity was 0. That is true. It was a limited quantity.
I hate you guys so much. Other than my clear revenge question, how'd you guys feel? Was it pretty good?
It went up. I thought the N64 controller one was like ever so slightly sharp. So like maybe I just would have swapped them around a tiny bit.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Especially that Zelda battery backup one could have gone much earlier. But
because he was nailing that.
Yeah, I've been playing the game on Steam, and the $1,000 question does get actually much harder, like immediately.
Oh, it does. It's a step up, but I would just. Because that's what I do on Jeopardy is keep in mind who's playing and then order them that way based on like what they know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, what's up?
We played that game on I don't remember which, and I played that game on Discord a long time ago, or I don't know, it was mid pandemic, but that game has wrong answers in it.
Oh really?
Like,
okay, well shit.
That game has wrong answers in it. Like because I remember what question was. It was about soccer, and I knew it, And then I had the correct answer, and then the game was like, no, it's incorrect. And then I looked it up, and it was like I gave the right answer, and it was like, oh, the game should have wrong answers in it. We're just like,
well,
I don't know if this,
you know what, that happens so well.
Like it's a bug or a feature.
Emin Goldie says this is an excuse to get outside of the house, and yeah, sure, that sounds like a really good idea. I probably will for that. Bring the family though. We can all take Mikey to Margaritaville.
It'll be fun. Yeah, they're gonna. The kids will get to see me be wasted.
Yeah, exactly. What's wrong with Uncle Mikey? Everything.
Face.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Sean?
But besides that, no, I thought the game was very good. And, technical difficulties aside, it went very well.
Yes, yeah. Now, I understand now that I just I pieced the thing back together right before the show. It was perfect before that, so now, this time, I'll just make sure I save it and have it ready to go.
You know what's not good? Having less than 100 thumbs up. Please hit that thumbs up button, everybody, if you are watching live.
Right.
We appreciate it.
Very good point.
Smash the like.
Ring that bell. Is there even a bell? It is a bell still. Look at that.
There's a bell, yeah.
Well, Mikey, you were going to say something. I'm sorry. I interrupted you.
Just my brothers love calling all the alcohol daddy juice from the kids. I don't know if you do that.
No, that's weird.
No, it's funny because then they know they can't drink daddy juice because that's just for daddy.
Let's not call anything daddy juice, please.
You guys are so messed up. Everybody in my family's been doing that forever. Everybody in my family's been doing that forever. We never once made it sexual or weird, you freaks.
I know. You got to know where you're at, Mike. You got to know like the context. And on this podcast, daddy juice can only mean one thing.
It's gross. You guys are gross. Get out of here. I've got a podcast to do.
All right, let's get back into it. Thanks everybody for sticking with us.
Just at a shot of Terramana, the rocks tequila.
How's that make you feel? Strong?
Very good. Oh, are you kidding me? I love it. But I just don't like doing tequila in the cold months, and I don't like doing my scotch in the warm months. But since today was a little warmer, cold front's already moving in though. So
yes, it is getting very cold right now. All right, let's get back into it. Mikey, I think we have some super chats. Can you get to those for me?
Yes, sir. From the Uncharted Wolf here, it says, quick update on Metacritic predictions. Y'all are tied right now for Octopath 2, but Jeff got Atomic Heart right. Comeback incoming. I think you beat me pretty solidly on Atomic Heart.
Yeah, but even I think I was still off by like 5 or 6 on that. So
I was off by a ton. So you still have a lot of ground to make up though, Jeff. So
yes, I do. Okay. Yes, listen, we have the whole year. The first quarter, I might lose the first quarter, but we'll see. It's a real bummer. What was the one that we're tied on?
It's Octopath Traveler 2.
That's a real bummer, man. It's like 2 points away for both of us, and it's like, man, just one way or the other. I think though, if it was going to lean either way, it's going to lean towards you. It seems like people mostly actually really like that, and there was a couple things holding it back, but not enough to like. It seems like it's an 82.5, but I'm not going to let you take that point. So
fair enough.
Real quick, about this. So next week's game, we're going to do games for a little bit. I like it. It's fun. We are going to have Sean come on and host, and we are going to do a retro Metacritic thing where we are going to be presented with older games, and we need to decide or guess what we think their Metacritic score is based on whatever reviews are on the site now. So it could get pretty weird, but it's all set up in a PowerPoint presentation by Benji Bop. So thank you so much to Benji Bop. I can't wait to do that. That's going to be a lot of fun. Then we'll get back to the Who Wants to Be a Mikey and Air. Or if that show goes pretty fast, maybe we could do both. We'll see.
I need a shot at drafting another console again. Got to do the PlayStation, Nintendo 64, Saturn era.
Yeah, so maybe next week maybe we could pair that up with that. Because I don't think that Metacritic game is going to go too long, so we could probably pair that up with that. All right, what other super chats we get?
From Rogers OG. Says, speaking of food crimes, what's the best Arby's order that isn't a beef and cheddar? P.S. It's -5 degrees here in Idaho. Please send help. Ooh, that sucks. It was weirdly warm in Ohio today. I was actually just at Arby's. My mom gave me some coupons. I never get coupons myself, but she cut them out for me. Isn't that sweet?
That's sweet.
So yeah, I got some tendies in that white cheddar mac and cheese. They have I think I've evangelized about this multiple times now, but they have that loaded mac and cheese right now. And it's really good. I like that a lot. I also like the chicken bacon and Swiss. All their chicken stuff, all the fried chicken stuff is surprisingly great at Arby's. Like, no one thinks of them as a chicken place. The chicken stuff is great there.
Yeah, it's well, they say they have the meats. They have them all, and they're all good.
Yeah.
And it's like if you aren't in the mood for roast beef, I'll still go to Arby's. They'll still have your back. But I think all of the I think the buffalo chicken sandwich is very good. It's like their buffalo sauce is surprisingly good. That chicken it's a good patty. And then mozzarella sticks are always going to like amp up your order no matter what. It's like you could put mozzarella sticks with any order, and it's just like this awesome bonus. And yeah, so I think you do that, and you're going to be in good business there at Arby's.
Yes, absolutely. AR Not Skywalker says, did Sony just money hat Baldur's Gate 3 today? So yeah, that's now coming out on PC and PlayStation 3 at the same time. I forget what.
There's PlayStation 5. You got Baldur's Gate 3 and PlayStation 3 conflated.
That's confusing. Yeah, yeah, that'd be funny if it came to PlayStation 3.
That would be.
Is it coming to Xbox at all, or just later?
I honestly just assumed it was. I didn't think too much about it. The reason I didn't think too much about it is because that game's already out in early access on PC. So if I'm going to play it, I already got a way to play it. But I don't know. I'm going to look into it. I wonder if people are probably talking about it. So
game looks good. I mean, it really does almost kind of look like Divinity Original Sin 3, and why not?
But I mean, with the with the D&D rule set, that's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure.
And Xbox release has not been announced yet.
Okay, then. Well, maybe it got money had it. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
At least for a little bit.
It's probably like a 6-month one, though. I bet it's not like a very long one.
Nintendo says Sony basically listed what will be in the state of play, and gamers are still upset. In the future, what could Sony do better? To temper expectations. I mean, maybe call it a third-party state of play straight up almost. I don't know.
They've done that before, haven't they? I mean, I know they said it was going to be a third-party state of play, but they didn't call it that.
I don't think it matters because it doesn't matter if you come in or above expectations or below them necessarily. Like if what you show is just mediocre, no matter what.
Yeah, I think that's the answer. There's not much they can do, other than do a better state of play.
Doing them.
Yeah, exactly. Don't do it then. But they serve a purpose for them strategically, so they're going to keep doing them.
M. Obama says, "Hey guys, I love Jeff and Mike. I love you, Jeff and Mike. I vehemently believe that Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, the Crystal Bears for Wii, is a mainline Final Fantasy game. Soak that in, man. It's funny because Crystal Chronicles was a series for a bit.
There's a handful of them, yeah.
Yeah, there's one for the DS. I remember it got some really good reviews even, and now no one ever talks about that, which is a little weird. But hey, nothing against this game. Definitely not mainline, but I'm glad you like it. And then from JD Camp, thoughts on Johnny Appleseed. It hurts because he's an Ohio kind of thing. I don't know exactly what it is, but I think the actual Johnny Appleseed was an Ohio guy. But I can't approve of his crimes of spreading apples everywhere. We probably still have disgusting apple trees sprouting all about the land that he planted.
If someone was burning apple wood in a fire, would you be upset?
Oh, that's fine. No, okay. Apple wood is completely legit for barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a sap that doesn't smell like apples.
No, it's nothing to do with apples other than
I will say though, just because of the name, I will pick cherry wood instead of apple wood if I have the choice. I won't lie, but even I understand that's just me being a sicko.
I just catch people up. Mike doesn't like apples.
No. And then Pete just sent a super chat with no message. It has this nice smiley face though. Thank you so much, Pete. Appreciate it. That's it. We're caught up. If you guys want to send more super chats, we will read them before the end of the show, though.
Yeah, but that end of the show is coming up here pretty soon. First, though, Mike, what have you been playing?
What have I? I mean, gosh, there's been a lot of same things. I'm catching up a little bit in Hi-Fi Rush, although I was playing it on my TV, more relaxed times, and I was not hitting nearly as much things on time perfectly.
Yeah.
And there's nothing I can really do about it. I'm already set on game mode. And you can check the latency, but you can't adjust for it in the options. And it's at the point where there is a little bit of a difference, but the thing says, oh, you'll be fine. And I'm not fine. It feels weird. So I think I'm going to go back to just playing it on my PC setup where I can have more. I don't know why it's faster here. But yeah, going in through my computer capture card into my monitor, I was noticing less input lag that way.
Steam Deck, have you tried it on there? Because, with those speakers, it's really good.
I mean, I'm sure it's good, but I have the Xbox version. I'm not going to start over now.
Oh, right. Okay, fair enough.
I bet it would be good on there. Yeah, that sounds like a great way to play it.
Right, you have the Game Pass version, so you're playing the Game Pass version on PC. Is that what you're saying?
Right. I mean, yeah, because I love that about Crystal Chronicles, or not Crystal Chronicles. Sorry, Theater Rhythm. It's just on the Switch. I know input lag's not really a problem. It's just going to be kind of perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
But still a very good game. Excited to play more of it. Finally didn't beat all that. But yeah, I'm mostly been playing a lot of Metroid Prime still. I'm on the artifact hunt. I've got 4 more to get. I kind of want to try to beat it tonight, maybe. It's just, I still just get excited playing that game, thinking about how good it is. I still think about it when I'm not playing it and just how awesome it is. Why do people not like the artifact hunt? What is the case against it? They don't like exploring in a Metroidvania? Like, what genre do they think they're playing?
Yeah, I think it's just, people think that at that point they should just be going right to the end, and it's like, oh, there's this thing in between me and the end. It's like, don't think about it that way. You get a chance to explore this world one last time with all the abilities. Yeah. So it basically guarantees you're going to go back to parts of the world that you might not have been back to for a while if you haven't been doing a lot of other exploring, and now you have all of the tricks. So it's like, if you get to a little corner where it's like, oh man, there was this thing here, now I can get into it. It's just good. It's just awesome. It is a good idea for one of these games. I think we just have a sort of, it's like so ingrained in us that backtracking, there's only so much backtracking that should be allowed, and this is too much of it. I think that's what most people are thinking.
Some people can't handle any of it. Like, so many people were excited that apparently the next Jedi Star Wars game doesn't have backtracking. Like, oh, thank God. I was like, really?
I'm kind of worried. I'm a little.
Yeah, kind of upsets me, actually.
Yeah, because like Arkham Asylum was this thing that had backtracking and had Metroidvania stuff, and Jedi Fallen Order was, and then Batman went open world city exploration stuff. Is this game going to do the same thing? I think it might be. That's going to bum me out.
That? That's an interesting, like, almost psychological thing that like people realize that they're in an area they've technically been in before. It infuriates some people, I guess. It like really doesn't ring the same bells.
Yeah, not to like. I'm sure a lot of people listening probably do feel this way, and I'm not gonna.
I'm not trying to be like, why are these people stupid? Well, I'm smart. No.
I know, and that's what I'm gonna say is gonna sound that way. I think these are mostly people who think of it all as content, and I want to see new content, not old content. I've already seen this content. I want to see the new content. And it's like, I just don't look at games that way, where it's just give me more of it that I can like shove through my brain and out the back of my head and then never look at it again. And so I would mostly just encourage people to relax and kind of enjoy like poking around the world. But I don't know. Maybe that's not the answer for a lot of people. There are other genres out there. I wish just leave my Metroidvanias alone. Keep giving them to me.
I will say, like, I do wonder why it's like you have to kind of go back to that relic area a couple times before you can scan all of them and get all the hints. I think unless I did something wrong, I kind of forgot about that. So it was kind of annoying. I just couldn't get all the hints and get them all in one go. I kind of had to like go back to that area to scan the last few hints and then go back out again. That's maybe slightly unnecessary, but not a big deal.
Yeah, there's one of my hints are still question marks, so I need to go back and do that.
Right, exactly. It's like, why is this a question mark? Did I do something wrong? No, I think it's just some of them don't unlock until you've already gotten a few of them. Now, granted, it's one of those things, too, if you play through it right away.
Janet Moss says, you can get all the hints at the temple. I've scanned them all 5 times trying to get this one to be unquestion marked, and then I found one that wouldn't let me scan it. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, so it's clearly this. I'm just going to have to either go out there and find it myself, or maybe it unlocks later. I have 10 of the 12 pieces now. I haven't been able to play the last couple of nights. I'll go check it out tonight because I really want to beat it tonight. And if not, I'll figure it out. I'll look it up.
Like I was there and like not all the hints were there. Then I went and got the ones I did have. And when I went back, like there was a little cutscene. Something happened with the thing in the middle, and then I was able to get the rest of the hints. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you're right. That's a bit annoying. It's a game that's super well designed, and there's very specific things that are not exactly perfect.
Beefhammer says for some reason you can get a few at the beginning, then you need to get ones next to the empty ones to unlock those. So there. Yeah, I don't know why. That's almost kind of necessary. Just give me.
Yes, because a lot of times I'm in the same area, and now I have to go back to that same area. Hey, just a little bit. I'm complaining about backtracking, but it's just like, I want to be out there feeling like this master, and this makes me feel like an artificial limitation a little bit. So. Yeah, but I mean, it's such a good game. It's so good. I commented on the YouTube video today from Nintendo of the Metroid Prime remastered overview that they put out with the lady's voice talking about how cool the game is. And I'm just like, guys, how is this 140? Not that I'm complaining, but how is this 140 and Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe is 60? What do you like?
Oh, that's right.
What is going on here, guys? I don't get it. It's not that I'm asking you to charge 60 for this. Just explain it to me. Explain to me. Is it just that you don't think that much of Samus? Is it that simple?
Is it because because they added new modes to Kirby? There's like the epilogue, and then there's like, you know, the new mini game area, but still, like,
yeah, but Skyward Sword didn't have. Skyward Sword was I think a demonstrably worse remaster than this, and that was $60.
Yes,
but it's
yes,
Zelda. I think that's it. It's Zelda, and this is Metroid. I think that's the difference.
Yeah, well, I guess you could say there's probably more edits made in Skyward Sword, I suppose. Like, more things change than just the aesthetics. Although, here you have the sex, you have the new control options, you have all the stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to be like, charge me more, but I mean, I would have paid more. It looks like the physical versions are just hard to get, straight up.
Green Thumb says Metroid Dread was 60 and didn't meet their expectations. We don't know that. They've never said that it didn't meet their expectations.
Yeah, we don't know if their expectations were. Didn't meet our weird expectations when we got hopeful
ours, right,
and thought that maybe it would like sell 5 million, but that was us getting carried away.
Definitely.
So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just more important to them that a lot more people play Metroid Prime 1 and understand how great it is, and everyone understands why it's some classic, so they get excited when Metroid Prime 4 comes out.
Anything else you've been playing?
I almost feel like there must be, but I don't know. I guess just those and Final Fantasy 14, of course. A lot of Theater Rhythm. Theater Rhythm is still very good. It has like that surprise streamer overlay, which was fun to stream with. So yeah, I think that's about it. How about you though? What have you been up to?
I've been pretty busy, so I haven't had a ton of time. But it has mostly been Metroid. My kids got super into Mario Kart 8 Deluxe this week, and I've been playing that with them a lot. And that's just it really is an all-time great game. It's one of the best racing games ever made. I did though. I can't super talk about it. Sorry, not to tease, but I mean, you guys will all be able to play it tomorrow if you want, if you're interested in it. Kerbal Space Program 2, I got a code for that. I'll just, it's really well done. It's early access, but it's really well done. That's all I'll say. Basically, we could talk about it in a couple hours, but as far as I have it. It's cool. And then I've mostly been poking around on other things. I loaded up Wanted Dead because I'm going to be doing that on UPF tomorrow. I got another game for review we'll be able to talk about in a couple of weeks. I got that Humanity demo, kind of launched that for a second. But honestly, the things I've been playing the most is Metroid and then Hitman Freelancer mode still.
Play more of that.
It just works so good on the Steam Deck, and it's cool to just pick it up. All right, let's do a mission. And I find myself like 20 minutes later, like kind of getting through that mission, sending it off to the side, or 10 minutes later, boning it up completely and having to start over and being frustrated. But it's like the next time I see my Steam Deck, I'm like, well, let's get right back in it. It's still so good. It actually is going to be a contender for my game of the year again. I think it has earned it. It is different enough. It is presented in such a new way that it feels like it stands on its own. I am just totally in love with this game. So really a huge shout out to them. I'm super into it.
I gotta get that Mega Man X DLC thing for Minecraft.
Yeah, I would really get it and then let me know and let's do a quick look for it. So okay. And then I downloaded Like a Dragon Ishin on my Steam Deck and I haven't touched it. That's like next up, I think, after Metroid. I'll be spending some time with that. There's so much right now. There's so much.
I still want to play Dead Space.
I was like even thinking about playing Returnal on PC, my mouse and keyboard. That could be fun. That's just not going to happen. Atomic Heart. I'm like, I was thinking about that. Bacalar showed me around on the quick look, and it looked really good. That quick look, the quality wasn't very good on it. We just messed up the settings a little bit. So we're gonna play that on UPF as well tomorrow. But yeah, it's just a lot of cool stuff happening. Wulong's coming out in a couple of weeks.
Oh, that is soon. Huh?
Yeah, so it's just like a ton. And I think what's going to happen is I'm going to spend a lot of time on Kerbal Space Program 2, and then some of these other things going to fall to the wayside. So yeah, surprisingly busy time of the year. I guess we kind of knew it was going to be like this, but I think with the last couple of years, we were in a situation where, so many games are on the horizon, and then so many would get delayed, and not as many are getting delayed this year, right?
Yeah, it feels like that, right? Yeah, you kind of like are waiting for maybe some of that to happen. I don't know when. I thought maybe Diablo 4 would get delayed. That open beta is happening soonish or something. So maybe that thing is on schedule and doing just fine. It seems like at this point it's too late to delay Zelda. Like that's actually coming out. When they say same thing with Resident Evil, we're too close there. So yeah, I think we're just gonna have a lot of things to talk about for the rest of the year.
That's right. That Grim Guardians game, that Game Boy Advance style Castlevania game is out now.
Right. Is that the horny one?
The hornier one. Yes, definitely. Yeah. I am adding that right now. I will see if we can do a quick look at that here pretty soon as well. But again, there's just a lot on our plate. So that's why for our UPF tomorrow, we're like, we are going to get a bunch of stuff. We're just going to do a bunch of games that have fallen through the cracks. Pizza Tower, Wanted Dead, Atomic Heart, maybe this Grim Guardians. I think
the Charles was asking me, how is it horny, bruh? I mean, oh, come on, look at it. I'm not judging. I don't care, but
it's just
it's just a lot more cleavage. Like,
and the sprites sort of bounce.
More cleavage.
Yeah,
they bounce.
The bouncy sprites. That's the international language for horny video game.
Like, I don't care, but I mean, come on. There's something clearly different between that and the tone that was going on.
If I can get it,
with
let me
their
see if this will.
blood-stained games. Weaklings. I'm not complaining. Look, maybe I even like it, but I'm just saying.
Here, I'll see if I can bring it up here. Let's show it to everybody.
B-Trip says this is completely unsexual to me. Oh, come on.
Here, let me show you the prison scene here. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, look at this. They're like in short skirts in prison. That again, international video game language for horniness.
Like, come on, they're in the short skirts. Yeah, yeah. Give me a break.
Yeah,
people have boozy galore. Okay, guys, give me a break. Yeah, nothing. Your guys are right.
This is the kind of gaslighting you did to me today about the fucking Suicide Squad description.
By the plot, though, now I know they're messing with me. That's the worst. That's the worst. Where's the plot reason why the helicopters have glowing red wing points?
I can't wait for that discourse.
Sorry, Jeff.
No, I'm just kidding. That's my most anticipated thing this year is that discourse around Suicide Squad. So.
Bigger skirts, but yeah, to be clear, when 3/4 of the characters in your game are dressed like maids, it's a little horny. Yes.
no matter what. Mike, that mostly is going to do it for me. I hacked my 3DS and I've been playing some stuff on there as well. I started Metal Gear Solid 3D and things like that.
There you go, getting ready for that remake.
Yeah, it's so that's been fun, but half the fun there was just like actually just cracking it and doing that process. Mike, did we get any more super chats?
We did get a couple from Burrito here. I almost said Boruto. I think that's Naruto's son. Though.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There's a Naruto game. I had never heard Naruto's voice before. I found it kind of annoying, Jeff.
Yeah. Tam really was like mad at me when I watched the English dub. So.
Yeah, but it maybe I don't know if it necessarily just sounds better because it's in Japanese. Like Goku's Japanese voice. I know people yelled at me for this before. That is incredibly annoying.
Yeah, it is. It's real bad. Actually, I hate it.
I could never listen to it.
I liked it when it was Goku as a boy. She did great.
And then they just kept
Goku as a boy. Yeah, and then they just
because it was like because from Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z it was a more gradual change, so they just never recast it. I guess I don't know. Yeah, I can't believe people get mad at me for that. I can't.
I know.
Believe
me neither. I can't believe it.
Guys, he literally is like, it's like literally Dan doing Harley Quinn. Yeah, I can't believe that's
it's Dan doing his whiny voice.
I know, like maybe this is just me. It literally just sounds like you guys will prefer the Japanese version no matter what at that point. You just think it sounds better because you don't actually understand language. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I noticed that TurboSean's not speaking up in chat during the dub versus Mike's right for once. There it is.
Thank you, John. There it is. Let's go. We got another super chat here. Oh, did I say what Burrito said? He said, Burrito said, "Hi guys, I'm late, but I hope you both are well. I'm very well, thank you."
Thanks, Burrito.
Chris said, "No specific message. Just want to say thank you guys and the mods for this show. Have a great weekend." Look at this. They aren't even making us work for it anymore, Jeff.
Yeah, this is good stuff. This is a good time. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, also the Dragon Ball Z dub is like pretty good, right?
Yeah, it's really good.
Those voices are good.
Absolutely.
I like those voices.
It's very good. Yes.
And yeah, good job. I even liked it before they changed. I liked the dub. They changed it at some point.
You need the dub for when Vegeta says, "That's right, boys. Mondo cool."
Mondo cool. Yeah, that's great.
Come
on. The world's strongest and a tree of might. Mm-hmm. Those guys too. Yeah, those dubs are fine. Yeah, I agree with Sean. The dubs are almost always good.
Especially these days. Especially these days. Yeah,
I agree with him. Yeah.
All right, Mikey. I think it's time to wrap this show up. What do you say?
No, what if I said no? What if I said it's not time? We're going for another hour.
The music's already playing. There's nothing you can do now.
Shit.
Why don't you tell people where they can find you, your other podcast, anything else you're working on? Tell them how you'll be helping out. Some more on Giant Bomb next week, probably with that quick look, things like that. Yeah, it's the floor is yours.
Let's do that Mega Man X Minecraft quick look next week. Vias, did you send a super chat? Why is Vias saying super chat ? Now I'm scared. I don't think I missed one though.
I'm looking.
I don't think I missed one from you, Vias. But yeah, check out 90 East Disney, 90sDisney.com. Please check
and
check
Derek
out
says
that,
we are missing some. I don't see it. Oh, I'm looking at the YouTube. Where are you looking at?
I was looking at Streamlabs.
Streamlabs or Stream Elements.
Well, that's on Johnny Appleseed, and then there was nothing, and then Burrito and Chris.
Hey, Nick Turbo, don't just say super chat ? Everyone else, which ones are we missing? Yeah, because we see Pete's, and then there's two more. We read Burritos, we read Chris's.
Yeah.
I'll stop the show. I'll pull it over right now. I don't think
I don't think we're actually missing any.
Yeah, I don't think so. Because I'm looking at YouTube and you're looking at Stream Elements. I think between these two we would have popped up. So if anyone sees any specific ones that we missed, let me know. I will say whatever I want. All right. Nick Turbo's going back in the mod hole.
said we missed his. No, we said.
We just read, hi guys, I'm late, but I hope you both are well. Yep, we just read.
Yeah, then I said I am well. Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, so there.
Tomorrow night on Twitch, I'm going to probably be doing my other Factor sponsored stream. So tune into that. I'll probably be doing some fun stuff with the community. I think I'm going to be doing some tier maker lists. I might look at some old video game magazines, Mikey, if you want to stop in and hang out for a little bit to do that. That'd be fun.
Oh, yeah. When's this now?
This tomorrow night, probably around 8 p.m. Eastern time, everybody. So, well, maybe a little bit earlier, around dinner time, because I might actually make a Factor meal and just eat it. Yeah, let's play some riff tracks, do some stuff like that. But yeah, we'll do a tier maker list, things like that. Something fun. All right, everybody. Till next time, have a good one. Take care of yourself, and goodbye.
That's right, boys. Mondo cool.
That's actually one of the best lines ever.
It's the greatest line read ever.
Nosawa is a treasure, and y'all fucking disrespect her.
Oh my god! Just got anybody who does something for long enough is a treasure.
Yeah, for real.
You wash your mouth.
Grandma sounds like grandma. News at 11.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Sean.